Good morning. Welcome to the market forecast. It is Wednesday, September the 30th, the last day of the third quarter. John Hoagland, as always, thanks for trusting me with your time. We've got what promises to be a very interesting and challenging trading day for us. Yes, it is the final day of the third quarter. The fourth quarter appears and promises to be another interesting and challenging quarter for us. As always, we're going to look at these markets in context through the lens of risk management. While I had a solid platform here to see our charts, apparently the gremlins are back. I'm going to have to restart the charts here before we get a chance to look at them, but I want to welcome everybody. It is the middle of the week. It is Wednesday. It is a busy week here at Top Step. We have, of course, the forecast. We have the group coaching at 1 o'clock. We've got the CVO, Michael Patak, speaking. I think that's due to be at 2 o'clock today with a question and answer session. I know everybody's excited to go ahead and see that. And then, of course, we've got Dan on the recap today at 3 o'clock. Starting out with the economic numbers this morning, and there are plenty of them, at 7:15 Central Time this morning, the ADP employment number came out with a little bit better numbers, about 100,000 more jobs added than they were expecting. Maybe that's going to be a good kind of start or color to the jobless claims due out tomorrow, and as well as the unemployment numbers due out on Friday. We've got lots of unemployment numbers this week. 7:30, the GDP came out a little better than they were expecting. Also good news. 8:45 Central, the Chicago PMI, probably not very impactful, but 9 o'clock pending home sales due out. And of course, for us crude traders, 9:30, the EIA petroleum status report is due out. There are also 3 talking Feds this morning. So there is much information due out today, lots to digest, possibly some bigger opportunities for us today. I know everybody's probably a little bit tired from staying up watching that tremendous debate last night. Oh my goodness, that was. Um, well, what did you think of it? Did you even watch it? I don't see that there was a clear winner, but sure seemed like there were uh, just I don't even know what to say about it. It was not what I was expecting, and I'm hoping that we're going to get some better debates in the next 2, should they actually happen. As far as other news is concerned, stocks are set to open lower after the debate, and apparently some job cuts announced by Disney and Shell. Crude prices suffer on fears of a fall resurgence, apparently, of the coronavirus infections. That's, of course, speculation. That's what the talking heads are talking about. To me, on the charts, it looks like it was as much a technical move as it was anything news oriented. Um, and and that's really about it. I was going to be kind of talking about the debate at the end of my opening here. No clear winner, if you ask me. They acted more like a couple of losers, if you ask me. I don't know. I don't get political. It just seemed like it was a little bit of a mess last night. And hopefully, again, we'll get some better debate and information about both candidates in the future debates. Make sure you like, share, comment, question, feedback is, of course, always appreciated. Heckling is always welcomed. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notifications when we do go live. I know everybody is looking forward to seeing our CVO and founder, Michael Patak. I believe, again, that it's at 2 o'clock today. Double check that and be ready for it. It should be a very interesting and informative period there. So I want to say good morning to everybody as I reopen my charts. Let's get that taken care of. Yeah, and. Okay. All right. So Good morning, everybody. Boy, we've got a lot of comments here this morning. Uh, good morning, Nickmo. First in the room, you win the prize. Sarah Hall, good morning. Good morning, Felix MS. S. Maxie, Danielle, Guten Tag, Subconscious, good morning, Tanya. Siamak, there's a new name. Welcome to the market forecast. We're glad you're here. I hope you find some good information for you for the trading day today. Good morning, Charles. Marcus Russo looks like another new name I haven't seen. Perhaps. Welcome to the market forecast. Greetings from Chicago. Another Chicago guy. Michael Ellen, level two. Good morning, Doyle. Uh, Praying for America. What the hell was that last night? All right, there's one. There's one opinion. I appreciate that, Daryl. Level two, pretty nice discovery last night. Level two, it was something. It was. Daryl, I'm worried for America. I think we really all are. Sarah didn't watch. Level two can't even spell. Tanya went to bed at 7. Didn't catch a bit of it. I don't think you missed that much, Tanya. LT, Nicholas Matheos. I'm in step 2. Do I need to be flat for all of those? Calendar only says crude at 10:30. Follow the calendar, Nicholas. Follow the calendar. The GDP number, we're really only looking for the preliminary number for you to be flat for. So if that's all that's on that calendar, then that's all you have to worry about, okay? MS2 would only need to be flat for what the calendar shows. Yes, absolutely. Frederico, good morning from Uruguay. Good morning, Uruguay. Nice to see you here with us. The highlights from last night. Still, sir, let him finish. Sir, you promised you wouldn't take his snack. Yeah, that's kind of what it was like, right? um, Dream Team Institutional, Guten Morgen to you as well. Guten Tag, Guten Abend. Good gold, nice push up. Let's see if it can hold. That opening range trade in the gold was such a gift if you took that opening range. We're going to see that in the charts here very shortly. Hoag, my stick idea might have worked better. Can you send a letter to your congressman for me, please? Right? Dolby time. Good morning. Good morning, Dolby. Good to see you. Uh, Frederico for the market. Who is better, Trump, Biden? Depends on your perspective. Is 100% right. Good morning. Nice cap. Where'd you buy it, Jack? Well, I was in the office and I stole it. But they're nice, and I figured today I would wear my safari helmet because we're going to be doing a lot of hunting for opportunities for us today. Okay, I got the charts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the crude oil. As always, starting on the daily. If I lose the charts, I do apologize. I'm still having a little trouble with the stability of this, and I will catch that other gremlin. I've got one of the gremlins. I'm afraid I have a couple of them. So the technical failure at this trend line up here yesterday, I think, was pretty much enough technically to send buyers packing and bring in sellers. Of course, fears of COVID, increases of infection, all of the things in the world today. The uncertainties are keeping markets, I think, a little bit on edge, of course, and they should be. This trend line failure to break out above it brought in sellers. We broke out below it. Now, this trend line here I'm looking at as a possible area of resistance, and there go the charts. Let's get those back on, and I am going to get through this, and I am going to figure out where that gremlin is as soon as I get the chance. And we are back. Volume. Big increase in volume to the downside yesterday. Open interest. A big jump in open interest. Estimated 20,000 contracts added in open interest on that move to the downside. That move to the downside is a bit of a game changer for us for now, and it has me looking for opportunities to sell strength instead of looking to buy weaknesses. The API had a small draw of 831,000 barrels. Today at 9:30, the EIA is expecting a mild boost in crude stocks of 1.5 million barrels. What is that going to mean to us? Well, let's take a quick look at the 30-minute chart. All right, so here's our route to the downside yesterday. It took us basically to a previous weekly kickoff level of 38.60 that I do tend to leave on these charts because they do become impactful when revisited. So this is going to provide possibly some level of support for us today. Where I'm looking for resistance, I think that the lower trend line lines up very nicely on this 30-minute chart at the high of value from yesterday. So 39.50 looks like an area that I would be kind of interested in taking a look for an execution. We had some overnight shorts that are already out of the marketplace. We see the market just hanging around settlement. Inside value tells me, hey, there's no real change in perception of value of crude before this EIA, so I'm going to try and remain patient. When we open in the heart of the value of the previous day, it tends to get a little bit choppy, tends to get a little bit, non-directional, especially when we have the EIA today. So I'm going to suggest, if you're going to be looking for opportunities, to try and be patient, wait for opportunities up near value high, near value low, near this previous weekly kickoff level. And just because those are the only areas that I see on this profile, on this chart, that offer the opportunity to limit risk. And that's our job, ladies and gentlemen. We are always thinking about limiting risk first. If the trade is too expensive, maybe you can get in a little closer to a point of invalidation. Here's the S&Ps. We've got a little bit of a volume divergence to the upside here. We see the highest volume on the low here, and we've been trying to move this market higher, and we see volume shutting off. We added 1,600 in open interest yesterday on an overlapping to higher overall extended trading hour range, but our move to the downside was a little bit telling. I think that this volume divergence and the addition of approximately 1,600 in open interest to the downside yesterday indicates that the market is struggling to continue its move, any kind of a move to the upside. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't do that. I'm looking at this 33.20 weekly kickoff level as pivotal. We have a very data-rich day today. We've got all kinds of things going out. We have to digest the debate. Anything is possible. And, that increase in open interest, while it is 1,600, I'm viewing it as somewhat inconsequential. I'm watching 33.20 weekly kickoff high here as an important level. We've got another weekly kickoff level up here. It appears to be, let's take a look. Sometimes it's hard to remember, 33.80. So 33.20 to 33.80 seems to be an area that we may tend to range for a while. We've ranged in the past here. We had some trouble getting through that area. I'm just going to take a look at the 30-minute chart for a second here, and we've lost our charts. And I will get this back going. I'm just so upset that I keep losing the charts. Here's the 30 minutes. So last night, during and after the debate, we looked below this 33.20 weekly kickoff level. We got a little bit too short in a short time frame. I don't think any of the major players were paying attention to necessarily to either the debates or to the markets. We've moved the price back to settlement. Again, sitting in the middle of value from yesterday tends to make the market really kind of choppy for the first few perhaps 30-minute periods. So I'm going to try and stay patient unless there's some sort of move that creates some change, in my opinion here. I'm going to stay patient in the S&Ps. Anytime we open in range and in value, the market just tends to chop for the first half hour or so. maybe even the first hour. Maybe I'll let that first hour of trade establish a range and then work the extremes of that range today. Again, anything can happen. We've got a headline rich environment in the markets today. Pay attention to the news, pay attention to what's being said. And of course, pay attention to the talking feds and the economic information that is yet due out. This is suggesting to me that I need to stay patient, that I'll find better trade location as the day goes on to the NASDAQ. If it seems like I'm kind of rushing, maybe it's because I am. I don't want to lose the charts again. That just aggravates me and everybody else. All right. Volume and open interest dropped yesterday. We see that same kind of volume divergence occurring as price continues to try and push higher. It cuts volume off. We lost 7,300 in open interest yesterday. That's a big change. It's a big difference from the S&Ps, where we added some open interest. This tells me, that some of our shorts here really tried to get out of those shorts up here. So we got some losses from shorts down below. We're evening out the inventory. And now we've been holding above weekly kickoff high in large part this week. And we've also got this 1133.68 level up here. I'm looking at this as falling into a tight area of range for now, and I'm going to try and be patient and look for those extremes for opportunities. It is, it's. I want to kind of look to fade those extremes, but I also have to be aware of breakouts on either side. I'm afraid that breakouts below weekly kickoff high here and breakouts above this previous weekly kickoff level might provide bigger opportunities. So while I'm thinking of of buying weakness and selling strength in the NASDAQ, I have to be careful and manage my risk because breakouts on either side might provide bigger continuation opportunities. All right. The bait shorts back into range, back to settlement, back inside value. Overall, let me make this big so we can all see it as long as we have them. So we have some overnight shorts already taking price back to settlement before the open. This kind of removes one of our daytime frame opportunities, but without a gap and in range, again, try and stay patient. Look for opportunities at the extremes we discussed. Okay, this level up here and our value, our weekly kickoff high, which is 11,214. Perhaps even watching for opportunities inside yesterday's range, yesterday's low. All of those, as the market falls into range, creates opportunities for short time frame traders to depend on short time frame levels to take a look at. Just remember, don't just be, oh, there goes the charts again. I'm going to just, all right. So short time frame levels create opportunities for short time frame traders to use short time frame levels. This level up here is a little bit longer time frame, and our weekly kickoff high here, 11,214, also right down here is another kind of longer term important level. So look for opportunities down here if you get the chance. Look for opportunities up here if you get the chance, because again, they are both good opportunities to limit risk. That is our job. Gold. Volume weak yesterday. Open interest, moot. We added 600 in open interest. Not a big impactful increase in contracts. The market seems to be somewhat in the same situation as our equities. We seem to see price trying to move higher, but it's not increasing volume. The price is now central in weekly kickoff range. Likely it is falling into short time frame control, at least for now. We saw a short time frame big opportunity. Look at how sweet this was. Settlement was up here. It was 1903.20. All night long we got shorter and shorter and shorter, but still inside the range from yesterday. As we opened this morning, all of these overnight shorts got the willies. They got scared. They did not see sellers come into the market. Our opening range is the low of the regular trading hour session. I usually mark those as these little blue lines down here. That's 1888.40. As soon as that opening range was established and we broke out above it, if you took a long, that was about a $1,200 or $1,300 move within 30 minutes, all the way back to guess where? Settlement. All of these short time frame shorts, we just said we believe that the market is short time frame controlled. All of these short time frame shorts didn't get any help from regular trading hours or stronger money coming in on to keep the market moving in that direction. When that happens, they tend to bail out en masse, and we had our move back towards settlement. This is also a target-rich environment for shorts. It got a little bit deep above there, but if we have another opportunity to take a look against this high, I'm probably going to be looking for that opportunity because, again, it can limit my risk. So I'm just going to stay patient now. My target for that move was right back to settlement. We got there. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the most important part of a profit target? That it gets hit. Think about that. So now, largely, I think I'm going to be waiting for opportunities at the extremes of the regular trading hour session in gold. Nothing in the middle. It's in value. All right. I'm getting a little long-winded here. I'm sorry about that. I tend to do that from time to time. Quite often, I put my dog to sleep because I talk so much. The euro, volume boost and open interest on this upside move. Interesting. It may be indicating that we've put in somewhat of a bottom here against the previous weekly kickoff low at 116.45. I'm expecting some resistance at our weekly kickoff high here if we get the opportunity at 117.90, but would be a decent opportunity to limit risk if given the opportunity. In the 30-minute chart, we have no gap. We have some overnight shorts here that haven't quite given up on their hope that price can continue to move to the downside. As the day goes on with no gap and no continuation to the downside, I'm not looking for shorts against this. I'm looking for shorts up here. If I'm looking for longs, I want to try and get as close to the overnight. There goes the charts. We're going to get through it this time, and I'm going to show you the first gremlin that I caught, and we're going to catch the second one. Okay, so I'm looking for opportunities down here because I can limit risk. I'm not looking for anything in the middle, and I'm looking for a move, perhaps much like gold, back up to settlement, which might provide another opportunity for us in a reversion trade. The Japanese yen is a little bit uninteresting right now. The thing that I do like about the Japanese yen is I'm thinking about starting to look for opportunities to buy weakness. Price continues to move lower. It's slowing. It seems to be tiring in its move to the downside, and it's cutting off volume. We've got a volume divergence here on the daily chart. So it's it's telling me that that as price continues to move lower, it's cutting off volume. That's not the market's job. The market's job is to facilitate trade, not to cut off trade. So I'm looking for an opportunity, perhaps at some point in the coming day or days, to find an opportunity to buy a weakness that I can lean against, that is cheap, that might find us that might help us find a move to the upside here. Not sure it's happening today, but I'm going to be kind of diligent in watching for that opportunity. Just a debate type of evening, opening, no gap, back to settlement in the value area from yesterday. I'm not looking to do anything here just yet today. I want to look for extremes. Perhaps our overnight low might be an opportunity for me to buy the market in weakness, if that is my hypothesis, with that volume divergence. Price continues to move lower on lower volume. The market doesn't like that. The market wants to go where the volume is. where the volume is. So here is the first gremlin that I caught the last time we were having this problem. He's a wily little guy. He's trying to get away from me right now, but I do keep him in jail. So apparently I've got another gremlin. All right, we've got about 4 minutes before the equity open. I'm gonna go ahead and take my deep breath. Thank you all for joining me today. It is always a pleasure to spend the time with you. Don't forget, we do have the group coaching today. I'm going to go ahead and drop the URL to sign up for that. It's at 1 o'clock, and I do have a couple of emailed in questions. Should be a good session. I do check the emailed in questions first, and then we'll go with the questions that just kind of come up during the time. It's from 1 to 1:45. I got to cut it off right at 1:45. I want to watch our CVO Michael Patak talking at, I think again it's at 2 o'clock today. It should be a great session. He's going to be there for I think about 45 minutes or an hour answering your questions, and be there or be square. Take your deep breath. I hope you join me. It always makes me feel better. Humble, grateful, creative, artistic, thoughtful, and unemotional today for our trading. Get out there and profit. We'll see you at 1 o'clock for the group coaching. We'll see Dan at 3 o'clock for the market recap. And I will be back again tomorrow with you to see how the markets are doing. 8 o'clock, market forecast. We'll see you then. Get out there, profit, trade well today.